Do you not realize that the words you speak to yourself silently, constantly, effortlessly are the architects of your reality? For years you've been seeking change, waiting for a sign, asking for breakthroughs. But all along the power has been whispering within you, disguised as your self-talk. What you say inwardly, not once or twice, but persistently, becomes the mold into which life itself pours. If you have been telling yourself, I'm stuck, then stuckness greets you. If you have been whispering, nothing ever works out for me, then the world must echo that truth, because it is bound to obey the voice within you. But listen, in just 3 days you can begin to undo years of unconscious creation. 3 days of conscious inner speech can start a revolution within you. Begin now. Speak to yourself as the person you wish to be, not the one you've been habitually playing. Say inwardly, I am confident. I am chosen. I am successful. Everything I touch prospers. Not because it's already visible, but because the unseen precedes the seen. Creation is finished, and all you must do is assume the state of your desire. Talk to yourself as one who already has. Feel the weight of it. Feel the joy of it. Not someday, now. In the privacy of your own mind, become the one who already is. The outer world is only a mirror, a shadow cast by the light of your internal assumptions. Change the assumption, and the shadow must follow. If you would dare, just dare, to speak to yourself as the ideal version of who you want to be, and do it faithfully for 3 days, without contradicting it with doubt or fear, you would feel the shift. Something would stir, events would move, people would change, circumstances would bend. You don't need the world's permission, you don't need proof, you only need to talk to yourself in a new way, with feeling, with certainty, and with love. The way we speak to ourselves is not just mental chatter. It is the very mechanism by which reality is shaped. Your inner conversations, repeated silently, form the invisible script that life obediently follows. These are not casual thoughts, they are commands sent into the deep of consciousness, and what you persist in saying internally becomes the structure of your external world. It isn't magic, it is law. Subtle, constant, and entirely under your control. We often underestimate the impact of what we tell ourselves daily. The phrases you repeat, I can't do this, nothing works for me, or I'm not good enough, may feel harmless, but they are seeds planted in fertile soil. Watered with emotion and repetition, they grow into patterns, habits, and eventually identities. These identities then seek proof in the world, and the world responds accordingly. It is not life being unfair. It is life mirroring you back to yourself. Each inner phrase you speak becomes a kind of energetic blueprint, a framework upon which your experiences are built. If your self-talk is rooted in fear, lack, or doubt, that becomes the shape your world takes. But when your inner words are filled with confidence, worthiness, and expectation, the outer must eventually shift to reflect that new design. This is not something that requires years. What matters is the clarity and persistence of the inner shift, not the time it takes. Change doesn't ask for conditions to be perfect. It doesn't wait for the stars to align. It only requires a decision. A moment of awareness where you realize, I've been speaking limitation into my life and I can choose otherwise. That moment is where power returns to you. Right now, in this very moment, you can begin. You can decide to change your inner dialogue, not tomorrow, not next week, now. The act of choosing new thoughts is the act of choosing a new life. Speak from the place of already having what you desire, not as someone hoping or wishing for change, but as someone who has changed. I am confident. I am healthy. I am loved. These are not affirmations to trick the mind. They are declarations of a new inner identity. Feel their truth. Feel their weight. Don't wait for outer evidence to believe it. Speak it because that is who you've decided to be. Your words are not describing your life, they are creating it. The world you see is not first cause, it is the reflection, the echo. The invisible always precedes the visible. So if you want to change what you see, you must change what you say, especially to yourself. The assumption you hold internally is more powerful than any circumstance. You may be surrounded by conditions that argue against your desire, but when you persist inwardly in your new story, the old must dissolve and make way for the new. Is this another word, Goodman? Like little children, we aim for the stars. Coffee, liberty, and the ice. What does your spirit want? 3 days of faithful, consistent inner talk can move mountains. You don't need to fight the old, just stop feeding it. Withdraw your words from what you don't want and invest them in what you do. For 72 hours, commit to speaking to yourself only as the person you choose to be. No arguing, no wavering, just speak it, feel it, live it in your imagination. The results may begin subtly, but the shift will be undeniable. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need signs to get started. What you need is willingness to turn inward and take authority over your inner speech. Once you do, life begins to conform. You'll begin to notice it in small ways at first. A change in how you feel, how people respond to you, how unexpected opportunities show up. And all of it will have begun not by changing the world, but by changing the words you whisper to yourself in silence. When you recognize that your inner speech shapes your reality, it becomes clear that you hold a tremendous power that many never realize. Your mind is like fertile soil, and your thoughts are the seeds. Whatever you consistently plant and nurture with your feelings and attention will grow. This growth doesn't happen because of external circumstances. It happens because of the invisible instructions you send to your subconscious mind. You might not see immediate results, but rest assured, the process is always at work beneath the surface. Your thoughts set in motion a cascade of events that eventually manifest as your external world. This is why awareness of your self-talk is crucial, because changing your words changes everything. The identity you carry within you is simply the collection of these repeated inner phrases. For example, if every day you say, "I'm unlucky," "I'm tired," or "I don't deserve good things," you begin to build a self-image around those statements. This identity then becomes your truth, regardless of any conflicting evidence. You begin to interpret life through the lens of these beliefs, seeing only what confirms your internal narrative. But if you deliberately change the narrative, if you say instead, "I am lucky, I am energetic, and I deserve happiness," you reprogram your identity. The world will respond to this new self-image because you are no longer operating from limitation, but from possibility. This blueprint of inner speech is the foundation on which your life's experiences are built. It acts like a map, guiding the course of your daily actions, decisions, and reactions. If the map is flawed or negative, you will inevitably get lost or face obstacles. However, when your inner words are positive and empowering, they act as a compass, steering you toward growth, opportunity, and fulfillment. This change in blueprint does not require elaborate rituals or long waiting periods. It only requires a sincere decision to speak differently and persistently to yourself. Change is more about quality and consistency of inner speech than quantity of time. The moment you choose to change your self-talk is the moment transformation begins. This decision is like a key unlocking your inner power. You do not have to wait for conditions to be perfect or for someone else to validate your change. The power lies within you and can be accessed at any time. When you decide to stop supporting old limiting thoughts and start nurturing empowering ones, you reclaim control over your life. This choice is the first step toward freedom from past patterns and future limitations. Living from the end means embodying the feeling and reality of your fulfilled desire before it physically manifests. Instead of saying, "I hope to be confident someday," you say, "I am confident now." Instead of wishing for success, you live as a successful person internally. This shift requires feeling as if your wish is already complete, embracing that state fully in your imagination and emotions. The mind and heart begin to align with this new reality, making it irresistible to the external world. When you talk to yourself in this way, you step into the creative force of your being, where your words have the power to shape your destiny. The outer world will always reflect your dominant internal state because reality is a mirror. You may notice situations or people changing as a direct result of your new inner speech. This happens because you have shifted your frequency and vibration through your words and beliefs. What once seemed fixed or impossible begins to change because your internal reality has shifted. The unseen causes become visible, and new opportunities appear to support your new narrative. This is the natural order of manifestation. The invisible must be established first for the visible to follow. Committing to 3 days of conscious, deliberate self-talk is a practical way to interrupt old patterns and establish new ones. During this time, you must guard your thoughts and words carefully, refusing to entertain doubt, negativity, or fear. This intense focus creates a breakthrough because the subconscious mind requires repeated input to change. 3 days of unwavering inner dialogue, aligned with your desired reality, is enough to initiate a powerful momentum that grows beyond your conscious effort. You will notice shifts not only in your mindset but in your surroundings, confirming the power of your changed speech. You do not need outside approval to make this change. Your inner world is sovereign territory, immune to external conditions or opinions. The decision to speak differently to yourself is an act of self-sovereignty. You become the master of your inner kingdom, deciding what thoughts and words have power. This shift happens quietly and privately, but has the power to rewrite the entire story of your life. As you maintain this new way of speaking to yourself, life will realign to support this truth, revealing new possibilities and freedom. When you begin to truly understand that your inner speech is the foundation of your experience, you start to observe your thoughts and words more carefully. This awareness is a powerful tool because it allows you to interrupt unconscious negative patterns before they take root. Instead of letting your mind wander into doubt or fear, you intentionally steer your inner dialogue toward what serves your growth and happiness. This mindful approach to self-talk is like tending a garden. You remove the weeds of limiting beliefs and nurture the flowers of possibility. Over time, this practice becomes natural, and your inner speech becomes a source of strength and creativity, rather than self-sabotage. As you change your internal language, you begin to notice subtle shifts in your energy and perception. Your confidence grows not because something external has changed, but because your inner reality has been rewritten. This new self-talk acts as a magnet, drawing experiences and people into your life that match the vibration you have chosen. Opportunities that were once invisible become clear and accessible. Doors that seemed permanently closed start to open simply because your internal dialogue has signaled a new readiness to receive. This is the power of consistent, positive inner speech. It reshapes your world quietly but profoundly. The process of transformation through self-talk is also deeply connected to your emotions. Words without feeling carry little power, but when your self-talk is charged with genuine feeling, it becomes a creative force. Imagine speaking to yourself with the same passion and certainty you would have if you were declaring a profound truth. When your words are backed by emotion, they bypass resistance and embed themselves deeply in your subconscious mind. This emotional intensity is what accelerates the manifestation process, making the invisible visible more quickly. Therefore, it's not just what you say, but how you say it internally that matters. Changing the way you talk to yourself also involves forgiveness and releasing old stories. Many limiting beliefs come from past experiences where you accepted negative interpretations as facts. To move beyond these, you must mentally revise and release those old memories and judgments. Imagine yourself rewriting the narrative, erasing blame, and replacing regret with empowerment. This mental revision frees you from the weight of past failures or disappointments, allowing your inner speech to focus fully on the present moment and your chosen future. This release creates space for new possibilities to take root. When you engage in this practice for just a few days, you create a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate awareness. The subconscious mind, which governs most of your behavior and perception, begins to accept your new internal story as truth. It then acts to bring your external reality in alignment with this new truth. This means that people, circumstances, and even your own habits start to shift naturally to support your changed self-concept. What was once difficult or impossible starts to flow with ease, confirming the profound power of your inner speech. It's important to maintain faith during this process. Doubt or impatience can weaken the new narrative you're creating. The 3 days of dedicated self-talk are a test of your willingness to trust the unseen. You must choose to believe in the power of your inner words, even when external evidence seems lacking. This faith is not blind. It is a conscious decision to prioritize your inner experience over external appearances. As you hold this faith, you strengthen the creative force within you, allowing transformation to unfold naturally. Your self-talk also influences how you interact with others and how they respond to you. When you speak kindly and positively to yourself, your energy changes. This shift affects your body language, tone, and overall presence, which in turn influences the people around you. You become a beacon of confidence and positivity, attracting relationships and opportunities that align with your new inner state. This external reflection further reinforces your changed self-concept, creating a virtuous cycle of growth and manifestation. Lastly, this journey of transformation through self-talk is deeply personal and unique to you. While the principles remain the same, the words and feelings you choose must resonate authentically with your heart. Your inner speech is your creative tool, and like any tool, it works best when wielded with intention and care. As you commit to changing the way you talk to yourself, you step into a role of conscious creator, shaping your reality from the inside out with clarity, power, and love. As you become more aware of your inner dialogue, you start to realize that your self-talk is also a form of self-respect. Speaking kindly and empowering words to yourself shows that you value your own existence and potential. This respect creates a fertile ground for growth, healing, and success. When your inner voice is harsh or critical, it acts like a barrier, preventing you from fully stepping into your power. But when your words are nurturing and confident, they open the door to possibilities you may have never imagined. This shift in tone changes not only how you feel, but also how you respond to challenges and opportunities. Each day, your thoughts and words feed your subconscious mind, which works tirelessly to make your inner reality physical. The subconscious cannot differentiate between what is imagined with feeling and what is real. This is why imagining and feeling your desired outcome as if it already exists is so effective. Your subconscious accepts this new reality as true and begins to orchestrate circumstances to match it. This creative power lies dormant in everyone, but awakens only when intentionally engaged. Your self-talk is the key that unlocks this power, transforming dreams into tangible experiences. The 3-day period is significant because it is long enough to override old mental habits and establish new ones. Habits form through repetition, and 3 days of deliberate inner speech acts as a powerful reset. During this time, your brain starts rewiring itself, replacing old neural pathways associated with limiting beliefs with new ones aligned with your desired reality. This neurological shift supports sustained change, making it easier to maintain positive self-talk beyond the initial days. The momentum you create in this short window can set the stage for lasting transformation. As you speak to yourself in this new way, you may encounter resistance from your old patterns or doubts. This resistance is natural as your mind and emotions test the new narrative. You might feel moments of disbelief or discouragement, but these are simply signs that change is underway. Rather than giving these feelings power, acknowledge them and return to your chosen self-talk with renewed commitment. Persistence in this practice demonstrates your willingness to take charge of your inner world, gradually quieting the old voices and amplifying the new. Your self-talk also shapes your expectations for life. Expectations act like magnets, drawing experiences that align with them. When you expect good things, success and happiness, you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally to receive them. Conversely, negative expectations can create a self-fulfilling prophecy of disappointment. By consciously choosing your inner speech, you choose your expectations. This shift in expectation transforms not only your experience but also how you interpret the events around you, enabling you to see opportunities rather than obstacles. Another profound effect of changing your self-talk is the healing it brings to your relationships. When you cultivate a positive inner dialogue, you naturally extend that kindness and respect to others. Your interactions become more compassionate, patient, and understanding because the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how you treat those around you. People are drawn to your new energy and respond in kind, often mirroring the love and confidence you express internally. This creates a ripple effect, improving your social environment and deepening your connection. Finally, the practice of changing your self-talk invites you to step into your creative role in life. You are not a passive observer of events, but an active participant shaping your experience. Your words are tools, your imagination the workshop, and your feelings the fuel. When you master this inner conversation, you unlock an endless source of power that is available to you at any moment. This power is not contingent on external conditions but is a birthright inherent in every human being. By choosing your inner words with intention, you claim this power and begin to live from a place of freedom and possibility. As you deepen your practice of speaking intentionally to yourself, you will find that your awareness expands beyond just words. Your feelings, beliefs, and even subtle thoughts begin to align with this new pattern. The mind is a holistic system. It does not compartmentalize thoughts, feelings, and beliefs separately. When you feed it with consistent, empowering self-talk, your entire mental and emotional ecosystem shifts. This creates a fertile ground where creativity, confidence, and peace can flourish naturally. The internal harmony you cultivate spills over into your daily life, transforming the way you experience every moment. This transformation is not limited to grand or dramatic changes. Often it is the small shifts, a calmer response to stress, a kinder self-assessment, or a clearer vision of your goals, that mark the true power of changing your self-talk. These small moments accumulate, building a foundation of strength and resilience. Over time, you will notice that you react less to external turbulence and more from a place of inner stability. This resilience makes it easier to maintain your new self-talk and attract the life you desire because you are no longer tossed about by every challenge or setback. Your self-talk also sets the tone for your creative imagination. Imagination is the playground of your inner speech, where you can rehearse and embody your desired reality before it manifests physically. When you speak to yourself with clarity and confidence, your imagination becomes vivid and detailed, painting pictures of success, happiness, and peace. This mental rehearsal is not fantasy but a vital step in bringing new realities into existence. The subconscious mind accepts these vivid images as true experiences and begins working to manifest them in your physical life. Another important aspect of this practice is patience. While 3 days can initiate profound change, transformation is an ongoing journey. Sometimes the results appear immediately, sometimes they unfold gradually. Patience is the willingness to hold your vision steady, regardless of how quickly the outer world responds. It is a quiet trust in the unseen creative process, working beneath the surface. Patience does not mean passivity. It means persistent, loving attention to your inner speech, while allowing the universe to rearrange circumstances in perfect timing. Your self-talk also influences your sense of identity and purpose. When you speak to yourself as someone capable, worthy, and creative, you begin to live from that identity. Your actions, decisions, and even your goals align with this new sense of self. Purpose emerges naturally because you are no longer held back by doubts or limiting beliefs. Instead, you move forward with clarity and confidence, energized by the positive dialogue you maintain internally. This internal shift affects not only your personal growth but also how you contribute to the world around you. As you commit to this daily practice of conscious self-talk, you may also notice a growing sense of gratitude and appreciation. When you speak positively to yourself, you begin to recognize the good already present in your life. This gratitude amplifies your inner vibration, attracting even more positive experiences. It creates a feedback loop where appreciation fuels better feelings, which in turn attract more things to be grateful for. Your inner speech thus becomes a source of joy and abundance, expanding your capacity to experience life fully. Ultimately, changing the way you talk to yourself invites you into a partnership with your own mind and spirit. You become a co-creator of your experience, working consciously with your inner world to shape the outer world. This partnership is sacred and powerful, offering a pathway to a life that is truly yours. Each word you choose internally is a seed of creation, each feeling a wave of energy, each thought a brushstroke on the canvas of your reality. By mastering your self-talk, you master the art of living fully and freely. When you fully embrace the power of your self-talk, you begin to notice a profound sense of responsibility. not as a burden, but as an empowering realization. You realize that your inner words are not just reflections of who you are, but the very force that shapes who you become. This understanding invites you to become more intentional with every thought and phrase, transforming self-talk from random noise into a deliberate practice of creation. This is the essence of personal power, recognizing that your reality begins not outside of you but inside, where your words breathe life into your world. This responsibility also opens the door to forgiveness, not just forgiving others but forgiving yourself. Old self-criticisms, regrets, and negative self-images are replaced with compassion and understanding as you shift your internal narrative. Forgiveness clears the way for new growth, releasing the heavy chains of past mistakes and self-judgment. As your self-talk becomes more loving and affirming, you create a fertile ground for healing that ripples through your entire being, allowing your true essence to shine without hindrance. Your self-talk has a powerful influence on your physical body as well. Negative internal dialogue can create tension, stress, and even illness, while positive, nurturing self-talk fosters relaxation, vitality, and health. This connection between mind and body means that changing your inner speech can lead to noticeable improvements in how you feel physically. As you affirm strength, wellness, and energy within, your body responds in kind. This holistic transformation highlights the unity of mind, body, and spirit, all responding harmoniously to the language you choose inside. As you continue to nurture your new way of speaking to yourself, you also cultivate resilience. Life will always present challenges, but your inner speech becomes a source of strength that carries you through difficulties. Instead of reacting with fear or doubt, you respond with confidence and calm, because your internal dialogue supports you. This resilience grows stronger with each conscious choice to reaffirm your worth and ability, making you less vulnerable to external circumstances and more anchored in your inner truth. Changing your self-talk also deepens your connection to intuition and inner guidance. When your mind is cluttered with negative chatter, it becomes difficult to hear the subtle nudges and wisdom of your deeper self. By replacing that chatter with clear, positive self-talk, you create space for intuitive insight to emerge. You become more attuned to your inner voice, which guides you toward decisions and actions aligned with your highest good. This alignment further accelerates your transformation and opens pathways that were previously hidden. In this process, imagination becomes your greatest ally. It allows you to rehearse and embody the new story you are telling yourself. By vividly imagining yourself living your desires and speaking to yourself as your ideal self, you strengthen the new pathways in your mind and heart. Imagination is not escapism, but the blueprint for reality. When combined with feeling and belief, it activates the creative forces within you, making your vision tangible and real over time. Your commitment to changing your self-talk is a commitment to your freedom. Freedom from limiting beliefs, from past conditioning, from fear and doubt. It is a liberation of your mind and spirit, allowing you to live from your highest potential. This freedom is not granted by external circumstances. It is claimed within. Every word you speak to yourself in love and truth is a step toward that freedom, a step into the fullness of your life. As this journey unfolds, you'll discover that changing your self-talk is not a one-time event but a lifelong practice. Like tending a garden, it requires daily attention, care, and renewal. The difference is that this garden is your inner world, and the harvest is a life of greater joy, peace, and fulfillment. Each moment offers the opportunity to choose your words wisely, to cultivate thoughts that uplift, and to nurture the highest version of yourself. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down, close your eyes softly, and begin to breathe deeply and slowly. Inhale calm, exhale tension. Let your body relax with each breath. Now, bring your attention inward. Notice the voice inside your mind, the way you speak to yourself throughout the day. Without judgment, simply observe your inner dialogue as if you are hearing a friend speak. Begin to gently shift your words. Replace any criticism, doubt, or fear with kindness and encouragement. Repeat silently to yourself with feeling, I am worthy of love and happiness. I am capable of growth and change. I deserve peace and success. Feel these words as if they are true right now. Let the emotion of belief fill your heart and mind, Imagine your inner voice becoming a source of strength and comfort. Picture yourself living fully as this new version of you, the confident, loving, empowered you. See yourself moving through your day with ease and grace, responding to challenges with calm assurance. Notice how your body feels lighter, your mind clearer. If doubts arise, acknowledge them without fear and gently return to your affirmations. Know that transformation is a process unfolding perfectly in its own time. Breathe deeply again. Feel gratitude for the power you hold within, the power to change your thoughts, your words, your reality. When you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the room, carrying this renewed inner voice with you. Open your eyes gently, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to choose the words that create your life. The journey to transform your life begins within through the simple yet profound practice of changing the way you talk to yourself. In just 3 days of conscious, loving, and empowering self-talk, you unlock a creative force that shapes your reality, rewrites your identity, and opens you to limitless possibilities. This inner dialogue is your most powerful tool, always available, always at work. When you choose words that uplift, affirm, and inspire, you step into the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. The power to change your world is already in your hands, waiting for you to speak it into existence. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.